guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am making all of my meals this week in a rice cooker. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome. Come on in and make yourselves comfortable. I do a lot of cooking over here on this channel, so if you like budget recipes, interesting recipes, testing out interesting appliances like the rice cooker today, then be sure to hit subscribe and come back for more of this type of content. Now, if you follow me, then you know sometimes my husband goes away for work for a while, and he's been in Kentucky all week working. So I've been on my own, and I thought, you know what I have? I have a rice cooker, and I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna make all my meals in the rice cooker. So I am gonna share 4 recipes with you today, complete meals in a rice cooker, not just rice, the whole meal in the rice cooker. And the reason we love a rice cooker, first of all, very inexpensive appliance. I picked this one up on Amazon. It's from Black & Decker. Wow, it's a little dirty. It's because I've been using it all the time. It was something like $20. I will leave a link to this exact one down below. But I love a rice cooker because it's a set it and forget it kind of cooking here, okay? We're not heating things up in a pan. We don't have to worry that we've left the stove on. I didn't have to turn the oven on. All you need is an outlet. You could make this in your dorm room or in your camper or like, I don't know. It's a very accessible piece of kitchenware. So if you don't have a rice cooker, or maybe if you're looking for a gift for someone in your life, a rice cooker would be a really good idea. So now that I have been talking for a really long time about how great this rice cooker is, here are the 4 recipes I made for lunch/dinner, single serving for myself this week. Enjoy. All right, the first thing I'm making is this delicious wontons and rice. Now, if you look in the bottom of your rice cooker, there's little notches there. Basically, follow the instructions on your rice cooker. I filled it up to the number 1, and the rice that I'm using is just like regular, like parboiled long grain rice, and I'm just doing 1 like scoop. The scoop came with my rice cooker, so just like follow the instructions of the one that you have. I did rinse it. And now is the fun part because this is totally customizable, but here's what I did. I threw in a little bit of honey. Now I'm not measuring any of this, I'm just eyeballing it. I've also got some sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil, go buy some. Like, your life will get so much better if you start putting sesame oil in things. It's so good. I'm also throwing in some ground ginger. If ginger isn't your vibe, you know, don't put it in there. I think turmeric would be good, curry powder would be good, you know, those types of flavors. Cilantro. I've also got some sriracha here to give me a little bit of spice. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. And I also have some soy sauce, and this is basically just like the flavor of rice that I'm doing. So I'm gonna mix that all up. But obviously it's super customizable. So if you don't like all of those things, you can add other things too. Like, this isn't an exact science. You can really be creative with these flavors. And I especially love this rice cooker because mine has this little basket that you can put on top so that you can steam things at the same time. And these chicken cilantro mini wontons came from Trader Joe's. So, you know, any kind of like frozen dumpling or wonton would work here. You can get them with all types of fillings. So if you're like a fish person or a vegetarian or whatever, you can find a frozen dumpling that vibes with you. I also have some frozen peppers. These are from the garden. I had so many that I sliced them up and threw them in the freezer just for situations like this where I needed a little bit of veg. But you could add whatever veg you wanted to, and then you just set it and forget it. And my cycle is about 20 minutes on mine, which is like pretty average. And it's just done. Like, I don't have to do anything else. It's finished. And the rice is perfectly cooked every time. It's nice and fluffy. It's full of flavor. And now I'm just serving it up. I think watching this back, I wish I would have had something green in here, maybe like a few broccoli florets or like some peas. So maybe I'll try that next time if I have some in my freezer. And as I'm plating it, I'm just throwing a little bit more soy sauce on top of those dumplings, or the wontons. They were really good. I would highly recommend the ones from Trader Joe's. All right, the next dish I'm making is couscous and chicken. You guys, couscous is so good. I got this one at Trader Joe's. Obviously, you can tell I just went to Trader Joe's. And the proportions are 1-to-1. However much couscous you wanna make, put equal amounts of water in your rice cooker, and that's all you gotta do. I'm using this garlic and herb rub. It's actually for grilling, but it's a great combination, and I use it for lots of things. As far as veggies, I've got some fresh tomatoes from the garden. The garden is starting to dwindle here a bit, so I want to use pretty much the last of them here. I'm just throwing them right in with the couscous. I also have a handful of spinach. I find that just adding a handful of spinach to a lot of my meals really helps me get my veggies in, and this is the perfect opportunity to do this. I'm gonna stir it just a bit just to kind of like disperse it. This is just one of those frozen chicken tenders that I got out the night before to thaw. If you need more than one, make more than one. And the way we're flavoring this, you guys, I don't even know if this is controversial or if other people do this, but anytime I mix any type of mustard and soy sauce, it just makes the most delicious chicken. This is like a smoky brown mustard mixed with soy sauce, and this is like one of my go-to ways to flavor chicken because it's so good. It's just always like salty and savory and like, I don't know, simple but effective. Leave me a comment if you do this too. And I'm just gonna put that raw chicken right on top of the couscous. Make sure it's got all my good saucy bits. And then you just turn it on for one cycle. That's all. When you open it up, now with chicken, you gotta be careful that it is cooked all the way. So I just checked, it was still a little pink in the middle. You do not need to put it on another cycle. You can keep it on warm. It will continue to cook in there. So I went ahead and I just like put the lid back on, and I went and did something for a few minutes, and I came back about 10 minutes later with it being on warm, and the chicken was perfectly cooked. I didn't need to like take the temperature or anything. I could just look at it and it fell right apart. It was so tender and so juicy, you guys. This was the farthest thing from a dry meal. I ended up just cutting up that chicken, throwing some salt and pepper on it, and I was good to go. This was so fast and easy, super satisfying, super delicious. Got a serving of veg in there. This one really filled me up. I think I don't even know if I finished that whole bowl. It was so filling. Couscous for the win. Next, we are doing this Italian sausage and tortellini, and I had to share this with you guys. This sausage, it's Italian sausage from GFS, or Gordon Food Services, which is like a restaurant supply store. And this is the most sausage. And I just go into my freezer and I cut a chunk off of it when I want to eat it and thaw it and leave the rest in the freezer. It's like ultimate budget meat clearance hack. This is the tortellini. It's a cheese tortellini, and I got it at Aldi, super affordable. And that pack will feed me like for like 3, maybe even 4 meals. So I just put a handful in there, and instead of water, I'm using this pasta sauce. You could definitely make your own. You could do like tomato sauce with, you know, spices and herbs and stuff, but this was just easier, and I'm just covering it just enough so that they're all covered. Again, with my handful of spinach hack because I'm trying to be healthy. Now I'm cutting up my sausage. I think you could also use like kielbasa, or you could just forego the meat altogether. If you're a vegetarian, you could use Beyond Meat. That would also work. And then I'm just gonna stick the sausage bits right on top. This one is very low effort, which is good. Then I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of mozzarella cheese on top and put it on for one cycle. And that's it. I mean, it came out perfectly. Those tortellini were super tender, perfectly cooked. The sausage was perfectly cooked. This was really, I think, the simplest one. And also the one I think my husband would like the most. It made me feel a little bit bad that I didn't get to share it with him. But this rice cooker could definitely cook way more than one serving. Like, I could make this for us, you know, when we're together very easily. And there you go, another lunch. So tasty, so easy. I was definitely happy with this one. It was very like hearty, very filling. All right, lastly, and probably my favorite, I'm making a salmon bowl. I'm using sushi rice this time, and you might need to go to your local Asian grocery store to find that. But you could use any rice, but I do prefer the sushi rice. And I'm just following the same sort of rice instructions, filling up the water to like line number 1 and putting 1 scoop of sushi rice in. I am also adding just a bit of rice vinegar. I don't like a lot of it in my sushi rice, but just enough that I know it's there. And then I'm also adding, obviously, the sesame oil, my favorite, and a little bit of soy sauce. Of course, do you think I pay full price for my salmon? Never. This is from Aldi, and it was 30% off, and I'm slicing 1 little portion off, but obviously put as much salmon in there as you're hungry for. And I'm just using salt and pepper on the salmon. I'm keeping it super simple. And I'm just putting it in there, putting it skin side up. That's That's it. This is so easy. And I'm putting it on for just the one regular cycle, about 20 minutes. Set it and forget it. I am cutting up some green onions, so we've got like 2 extra dishes in this one, but I think it's worth it. When it's done, that fish is so tender and you'll just be able to peel the skin right off of it. And then I'm gonna use my little paddle thing to just like stir the salmon into the rice, and it'll just come right apart. I'll just flake right apart. It's like so delicious and easy. And that's basically it. If I had had some frozen edamame, I would definitely have thrown it in, but I didn't have any. So if you wanted like more veg, you could veg it up a bit. And the best ingredient here, you guys, is this Japanese style barbecue sauce. This is from Aldi, but you can find lots of varieties of it at your local like Asian grocery store. And then I'm topping it with the green onions, and this would be totally good and filling on its own, but my favorite way to eat a salmon bowl is with these little seaweed snacks. I find that buying the little snacks like this are way better than buying like the pack of like the sushi seaweed, because I can never get through all of it, and these are like individually packaged and it's like the perfect little size. And my favorite way to eat this is just scooping a little bit into the seaweed wrapper, and it's like giving a little sushi moment without having to like try that hard. So filling, so delicious. 10 out of 10, it's making me hungry filming this voiceover right now. All right, you guys, there you go. Those were my 4 rice cooker recipes. And even though I'm done making this video, I think I am going to use the rice cooker again tonight because my husband is still not home. And I have the other half of that salmon fillet in the refrigerator. So I think I'm gonna have that one again because it was really good. Leave me a comment down below. Do you use your rice cooker for things other than rice? What do you make? Have you made a soup in one? Because that is something I think I'm gonna try to investigate next. I've also seen someone make a cake in one, like a real spongy, soft cake. I'm kind of interested in that too. Leave me a comment down below. What do you make in your rice cooker other than rice? I wanna know. And of course, come on back for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.